Yo, what's good, guys? It's only me on the stream today. Finn's back on Friday. How have you guys been? How was your week so far? Yo, Joe, how you doing? You made it. I'm doing good. How are you guys? Today we have Nvidia earnings and we have FOMC minutes. Minutes usually don't do anything to the market, but I feel like today, I don't know, I don't like the way NQ is setting up to be in New York, but we can try this. I would want to short this market. If we run the highs, I would like something like this. I wouldn't want to try and long it. If it goes higher, then it just goes higher, but it would be a pretty crazy move. I'm interested to see what Nvidia do for their earnings. If they beat them or miss, I have a feeling they'll probably miss. If they miss, then we're going to see this stock market whole lot lower than it already is, like maybe all the way to 24,171. I think that's reasonable. Gideon, welcome. Did you trade today? But if you trade my range or my model, today we got a nice long in London to the upside actually. Uh, New York, sorry, in uh, Nasdaq London session, we got a nice move to the upside. I was anticipating this to be left open this low. Maybe we can get this low for today. Maybe that will be the good one. This is all I want for today. If we're trading it, if you're trading it, I'm not going to be trading it, but I should be able to get something like this. Asia range, I don't know. I think you guys have enough ranges. I don't plan on teaching anything else in regards to ranges, publicly, that is. You're already short. Could play out. The thing with shorting before the open is it could play out in your favor, but it could always run against you as well. So I would just wait. I mean, if you wanted to try the risk before the open, take the position on a lower risk, I would say. Maybe a run higher to go lower. That's why I would like at the open, preferably. But if they wanted to, they could absolutely tank this market as well. You want the time of it? What have you given me, bro? It's just me giving to you guys. What do you guys give to me? You know? A12. No, it's a different cycle for Asia session. I think gold might give us a nice short if we run this high to go lower. But I'm hoping for NQ downside, maybe into the earnings as well. Great insights. Thanks, Joe. I know I was Jason caught it today actually. He got the run of the low and then the high. No short. I don't know, I like shorting. I like shorting this market. My draw's down here. I have 24,530 and I have 24,570. These are my main draws for today. If they get hit, if they don't, I don't really care, but I'm mainly just Looking for them. 4150. All down here. I mean, I like the way you think. ES is actually the weaker one today, damn. Maybe ES will give the run lower. But one of these guys should blast through these lows. I took a short on NAS because, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, if you short before the open, you can, like, the market can just, for the open, just play out in your favor. The time it doesn't, it might just run the high again and drop off. So if you short before the open or long before the open, just take the position with a bit of less risk. You know, there's nothing wrong with trading before the open. I don't think, anyway. Oh, Fid. You have a very professional YouTube profile pic. I had to actually look if that was the real you. It looked a bit like AI. You guys are already short. Yeah, you guys just said F it, let's just go full margin. Like, as soon as I say my bias is bullish or bearish, whatever side, there will be like 3 people that already enter a position. I was actually planning on just playing GeoGuessr today with Finn on stream because I felt like this market was going to be boring. Still could get a run of this low. We'll play GeoGuessr on Friday. Ask me a question. Yeah, it'll have to be a question about Clash Royale. Dude, Euro today, did you see it? This thing was so nice. We took the high, then the low. I think GU gave it as well. Oh no, with the SMT. But Euro was so good today. They still getting clapped. 6594. 6594. Where is 6? What are you looking at? On ES? Oh, I mean, I think ES can trade lower as well. It's looking like the weakest one. Like, this is the draw for today for me. If we pump higher, then I guess I'm wrong. But I don't know. I would like this run lower. You're going full margin. Okay, everyone's just going full margin today. We'll all just go we'll all get margin gold. What's the mental anchor that helps me stick to my rules? I mean, if I don't stick to my rules, I don't get paid. So I got to stick to my rules. I don't try and put too much mental pressure on my trading anyway. Like, if something comes about, then I'll trade it. But usually, if I have a really good like setup, I'm gonna risk more on this like setup because I know it's not always gonna come about. You know, within the market, it's not gonna happen every single day. So if I can kind of build a buffer from a good trade, I don't really need to trade certain environments within the market as well. That's like the key thing. Like, if a lot of you trading, if you're taking trades or whatever, make sure to just capitalize on your winning trades the most. So then you don't have to worry too much about like if you lose or anything. Model yesterday, bro. Yesterday, you know, you can't really do much right here with the model. Let me see. because we ran the low, unless you have like really fast twitch fibers, if you do, then you should be in the F1. But wait, why did the stream just turn off? All right, can you guys still see my screen? That was so weird. But yeah, like yesterday we had the run at the low and just going higher. If you caught that, then you're pretty much F1 level, because that was super quick in its delivery. So really, no trade there. Like I wouldn't even try and trade that. I did like the downside though yesterday. That was my draw. I wanted lower, but this was a crazy chop. This was a crazy candle at 944. It was just rebalancing all of this, but that did take a lot of people out break even and then sold off, eventually finishing its delivery at 10, which is good, but I don't know. I didn't like the delivery too much of that. I think today we can sell off, mainly just target these lows. Today I took 2 trades outside my strategy. That's actually a really good way to think. You know, if you take any losing trades outside of your strategy or winning trades, oh, long term, it's going to really impact your mental, because you're going to start thinking, oh, it worked this time. I'll try it again. And then the time you try it again, you're going to get cooked. And then you're going to be like, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. But in theory, you should have just not done anything at all, you know? I think gold today, we should run these highs. Gold run the highs and then NQ just drops. In an ideal market, gold goes higher and NQ drops, but we're not in an ideal market anymore. We're in a crazy market. We're gold up. Let's see. ES is definitely looking weaker though. Holy Dow. Dow should. I think Dow will be the one that smokes these lows. Usually, when we're opening up this week at the open, like, you know, we're very like towards the lows. I feel like the opening candle will somewhat poke higher to go lower, if I had to guess. But I'm definitely going to draw for this. How many points is that away? Actually, the VIX is up quite a bit. So if you guys want to know about how volatile the market's going to be, what the volatility is going to look like for the day, you can look at the VIX. So obviously, the higher the VIX is, the more volatility the market's going to have. You can see this is very low volume. So this is usually where we chopped around for most parts of September. And then October was actually a pretty good month because we had more volatility come into the market. November so far it's been decent. We've had more volatility spiking up. We're actually trading a lot higher. I would expect it to die off pretty soon, this volatility, because you can see every 1 minute candle so far has been around, I think, 10 points or 5 points. Yeah, it's been like 12 points so far. Every 1 minute candle. All right, so we ran the low of my range. Mechanically, this is a long, but like structure-wise, I think it wants to go lower. The best trades are always going to form when we have a low and we have a high. We take out the low and the low of the range so we can target the high. Right now, this is in like the middle of the whole thing. So we'll have to see. Yo, what's up? How we doing? Did you guys take any trades today? Honestly, I've been liking London a lot more than New York. There was a time like 7 months ago when New York was untouchable, but it's been pretty trash as of lately. I think even Asia's been a bit better than this market. I think gold's been the best though. Like gold, in terms of when it wants to move, it moves. All right, this is the high. I think this high should get taken into the open on gold, and then we should be able to see a drop off. I'm tired of this red line. And we're going to go purple on this. But yeah, those of you that were short before, I think you shorted from here. You got like 50 points out there. I think that's a decent amount to just move to break even. Or even TP if you wanted to. But I think that's a really good point. 413. But you want NQ to really die. 4130s. It's not bad. My biggest prop firm payout, when I was trading CFDs, my biggest was like only 30,000. But now I trade futures, so I copy trade most of my accounts. So if I have like 6 accounts running, I got a 40,000 payout. So I'll tell you my recent one, 40k so far from October into the 15th of November. That was across 3 accounts. I'll have to calculate it, but I've never had like 100k, like just as a payout. I've obviously had more payouts than 100k, but I want to get like 100k in a day payout. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty nice. But yeah, if you trade futures, then if you're not copy trading and if you're trading one account like it's the only account that's going to change everything for you, that's probably a bit unrealistic, I would have to say. You're going to have to try to pass those challenges, be a bit more aggressive. You're going to have to copy trade them if you want to make large sums of money. If you don't, then you can stick to like one account, and just not take the risk. But everything's about risk in life. If you don't want to risk it, then you never know if it's going to pay off. What's your risk reward? I normally aim for like a 1 to 3 or a 1 to 4, but mainly I'm aiming for like 1 to 3s. But you also got to think about the market very logically, right? So, like, sometimes is it even reasonable for you to try and take a position like here, right? You enter a position, for example, you have this is your stop, and you always aim for like a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 7. Is it really reasonable for the market to drop all the way lower? Like, even if you're trying to trade that or trying to take TP there, you're aiming for 1,000 points. No, sorry, 340 points. Why not just take a trade like this where you can get 50 points or 100 points and just get out of the market? Like, rather than just trying to squeeze every ounce that sometimes the market's not going to give. So if you can get 50 points, if you can get consistent returns, that's a lot more important than the large risk rewards and stuff like that. Yeah, if you do have a TP based on hopes and dreams, it's really gonna ruin you mentally. Because you're never gonna know when to get out the market, when is enough. And then if you're always thinking if I do this amount of risk to reward and then I'm aiming for this, like sometimes the market's not gonna give you that. You gotta get what you can. And the market isn't there for me or you to make money either. So that's also a few things you gotta keep in mind. How do you judge the perfect stop loss? I don't think anything in trading is perfect because everyone's gonna have some errors, like human errors. So like even if I took a short here, like anticipating this gap to hold up or whatever, for completeness sake, I probably wouldn't put my stop there. I'd put it above this high. It'll still play out. But if I didn't, if I put my stop here, like human error, I took a loss. Okay, I'd still look to position in, but I look to position in pretty logically. So you can see this is an up close candle. We closed below this up close candle right there. This gap fails. So I'm like, all right, if I'm going to sell short, I'm going to sell into a up close candle. So you see here, this is an up close candle. Place my stop there. That's 50 points. And one rule you should always have is only buy into down close candles and only sell into up close candles. So this is just going to stop most of you from doing dumb stuff. Like, say you're bullish right here. If you buy long, to me, in my opinion, I have no sympathy for you because you're just buying at extreme highs. Really, nothing's coming from this position because, yes, price is always going to retrace, is going to trade into a logical area. So, if not buying there, just wait until it comes into 50%. Comes into 50%, you can place a stop below that low or whatever and try longing. At least you're not getting stopped out prematurely, you know? That's one thing you got to think about. You have a few shorts on GC. Holy damn, Joe. You moved this market. Let's see. You might be able to get it, to be honest. I think 416. Oh, yeah, you're right there at TP. Not too far away. I can't take credit for it. You're the one pressing the buttons, you know? What's my most accurate entry? Probably an OB. I like OBs a lot. Do. I like to look at MNQ as well because usually NQ sometimes lags behind and the candles won't print the best. But let's see, we got 5 minutes until the open. You could probably take some risk off this trade on gold. Hopefully it runs the lows for you. I wouldn't doubt it not getting to like 106. That should be like the easiest draw if I had to pinpoint it. And then these lines are basically my draw for today on NQ. Those of you coming into the stream. If we can get them, then this is more than enough. Let's see how Nvidia's looking. This thing looks pretty weak with all these lows, but I think everyone's betting for the sell-off. Wouldn't put it up past just running this low and then pushing higher a bit. Holy. There's gold dropping for you, by the way, Joe. Nearly there, 106. Candle patterns? I don't really look at patterns, to be honest. Yes. Yeah. It looks shallow, though. It looks like it wants to drop. It's probably saving it for the open. Being pretty aggressive. Within here. NQ and GC both drop. You're going to jinx it. Don't jinx it. Hopefully we get the drop off though. Yeah, to be honest, with long term, sometimes I'll just buy like monthly calls on options. So like right now I'm kind of bearish on QQQ, also the Nasdaq, right? So I would just buy some monthly calls, or sorry, puts on QQQ, mainly looking for the downside on this market. Nvidia as well. But like longer terms, I'll just be looking at um certain stocks I can buy. Like recently I bought Apple. I think I was on stream with you guys, told you some time ago, but I told my guys within my Discord, I was like, this is where I'm buying Apple from. So pretty much the bottom from 28th of July, I rode it all the way to this high and I just took profit. Um, Oblivion as well. I don't know if it's here anymore. Here we are. This as well. I bought it from, I think, 394 and just TP'd at the high. This was for a crazy return, but we almost got like a, well, it was over 100%. Took some off. Oh, nice. Yeah, you should be able to get that final TP. NQ's nearly at our targets. We'll see what happens at the open, but you're green today. Nice. I mean, you guys that short before the open, you got a nice move out of here. I'm doing well. How are you? Can't complain. Do I trade options? Not really. I can't trade I can't day trade options because there's so much stuff that goes on in terms of like contract decay and all of that stuff. I don't really see the futures is a lot better for day trading, a lot more friendly. Long term, I'll look at futures, options. Sorry. Oh yeah, true. Start of the year was crazy. I told everyone to buy gold and buy silver. Everyone thought I was crazy. Who's the crazy one now? All right, we have an RTH gap. This gap should get filled. It's bearish. All right, there goes our first TP. ES dropping as well. Let's see if we can just run this low. And then we can be... Damn. Oh, there you go. Joe, you got your TP on gold. Gold was so nice. Played my model very nicely. Let's see if one of these guys can run this low. What do big wicks mean? If you ever see like a big wick in a small body, then immediately target the wick. of that candle. Nice. You're going to have to drop a trade breakdown on that. I'd be excited to see. I hope you didn't just hear me say sell gold. That's the breakdown. All right, nearly at the low. Hopefully we smoke this low. How far are we away? 24 points. 24. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Oh, market opened as well. Stocks. Kind of bullish on Tesla. Long term as well. It's always like good stock to look at. I wouldn't bet against Elon. I think he has some crazy plans. If he can get Starlink linked up to like data providers, you guys are good. I told you. What did you tell me? Oh, there we go. Dow on the low. Let's see. There's no way we leave triple equal lows here. Would be insane if we did. Shouldn't do. You booked your partial. Nice. You can easily just hard TP, to be honest, as well. I prefer hard TPs a lot more. Yes. Yeah. All right, let's see. If we close above this gap, then we should get the run to the high of my range, time-based one. I would have preferred these lows to finally go, though. Again, we have the earnings coming out. I hope they don't just chop this market around. Like, this is how this 5-minute candle is going to close. This happened yesterday as well. Look at this 5-minute candle from the open. Huge wick, tiny body. My mic is low. Wait, let me try turning it up. News trading. What are your plans to do for the news, Joe? Or what are you planning on doing? I think there is. I'll have to check. Oh, none during eval. Unfunded there is. So you can just full port it. Yeah, you can't trade it on your. I think you can on eval though. No way NQT is the lows. Something must have taken. Oh, classic Dow Jones. Took the lows, keeping NQ strong. Should get the high of the range. Especially if this M5 closes above here. Should be able to poke it. Poke it. Gold. They do complete. Oh yeah, these highs easily go on gold. No problem about them. We should see them go. I guess we're gonna have to see what it does. I still like the run of these lows, by the way. Like this is triple equal lows, and this here. They might have to run my range high to go lower. I would be surprised if they left these lows, but right now it's running the my time base range high. Makes sense if they want to drop it lower like this, maybe into the earnings. The only thing that kept this up was because Dow Jones made the SMT of the lows. I mean, if you entered those longs, then you had pretty fast twitch in fibers. Only a scalp. To be honest, that's probably the best way to trade indices. Should only just be in and out of the market. You don't need to try and hold for a large portion of the day. What's my view for NQ? I wanted these lows. Like these lows at 24,572 and 24,530s. We'll have to see. We might get the push higher to go lower, but I still like those lows. Those lows. But I don't know if we're going to get there right now. Looks pretty boring. But usually for a big earnings day or large news event, should get a chop around. Yes. Yeah, I think they both will run the high of the range though, like 24,707. If they get the high, I want to see it get the lows. But I think there's an SMT. And we got the close above the gap. So this next M5 candle really has to stop pushing NQ out of here. If it does, want to move. Yeah, like Nvidia's super strong out of this open. Left this gap, but it has this one it's left open. Nvidia strength also equals Nasdaq strength as well. NQ caught you. What did you try and trade? I'm hoping for these highs to go lower. It better not do what it did yesterday. This is what it did yesterday. When I saw that, I was like, damn, this market really doesn't care about anyone at that point. Gold, gold, I had targets of going higher to go lower. That's why I wanted. Trading is hard. So's everything, you know? Like, anything worthwhile in life is going to be hard. That's what makes it something that everyone desires to do. It's pretty much like being a top level athlete or being something at a top level. Alright, there's my range high gun. My model played out pretty nicely. Let's see if we get this high, 24,733. I can't believe we didn't get this low though. Crazy, but I think it was Dow that kept it pretty strong. Still popped out. So you guys can see this gap was the most important. If we close above, then this next candle has to expand, because if that candle doesn't, then it'll chop around or just start moving back and forward, which you don't want. You want to enter a position and then be in and out. You're out. Nice. No. I took this though this morning. I took longs out of here to this high. Why did I choose that gap? I'm not teaching that. Joking. Maybe one day. Yes, yeah, I think we can pump it to 600-700-ish if we're lucky. But Nasdaq got everything. Nice. A few people actually caught those longs. Crazy. Do I trade on fundamental? I'm a scalper, so I don't really need fundamental analysis. If you're swing trading, then yeah, I guess you will need it. But you can somewhat just position in. Like, I don't even trade with a daily bias. You know, everyone says, and you need a daily bias to trade. Whatever everyone says, just do the opposite. My whole trading approach is the opposite to what most people think, or how most people trade. Dow is, yeah, they're super unsynced. This move lower on Dow, NQ should have gave it, but NQ got the SMT of the lows that I just realized, and then pushed up higher pretty quick. Well, since Tuesday, we've been within this range. It's a shame we didn't get those lows. That's like one of those times for me. I'm like, damn, can't believe if we run them, it made more sense for the highs. But with the SMT, it makes it clear with my ranges as well. How do I avoid overtrading? Honestly, I'm at a point with my trading that I realistically, with my account sizes and all them, it's better for me not to trade because the more I'm in the market, the more margins I have for error, the more I have margins for like taking a loss. So I keep a lot of stuff in the back of my mind before I do anything dumb. And my trade frequency is so low. Like this week, I've taken 2 trades. Like I don't go into the markets with an intention to trade either. Like I know a lot of people wake up and they're like, "Yes, markets opened, can't wait to trade." Honestly, it, I don't even like looking at candles. I like the idea of how the market prints. Like it actually fascinates me. Like looking at candlesticks and all that really doesn't do much for me. There's a lot of better things I could be doing with my time. But what fascinates me is how the markets actually move. Like something so complex can be broken down into like smaller things. Yes, not quite. He'll follow suit. Yeah, he just followed suit. There you go. Did you get yes as well, Joe? If you did, that's crazy. You might deserve another account. No way, you caught both. You're gonna have to drop the breakdown now. If you're trading these ranges, you're looking at the M1. It's kind of a fractal concept. You can use it on the daily, monthly, whatever. It works on all because there's an opposing fair value gap there. 5/8. Oh yeah. I mean, at least you have room to move to break even there, though. But yeah, those of you coming in, my draw for today was lower. I wanted to see all of these lows get taken. Once you got those lows, then could have got the zoom to the upside. Done. Nice, Joe. Make sure to drop that in the journal. I mean, you might as well just TP it. You can hard TP the whole profits. Nice. Also, I don't feel the need to trade sometimes because there's others out there in the world trading my model, my approach, and doing crazy with it. And that's a crazy feeling as well. Like seeing other people around the world trade my approach, my model. Like whenever my model, my range forms, my DMs and like messages just get flooded of people asking me if I took the trade or whatever, which is very cool to see because my model's very mechanical in its nature. So a lot of people have less margin for error. That gold's just consolidating. Did I? No, I didn't. I was actually looking for these lows to get taken today on NQ. Once we got those lows, then I would have liked the run higher. But we got the run higher. We'll have to see what happens for the earning stuff. You like the model? Yeah, there's nothing else quite like it. But there isn't anything like it. Next ICT. I don't think so. Holy NQ's flying. I didn't expect this run higher. Like, even certain things within the market, I don't really expect that much. Like right now, this run is kind of crazy. But again, whatever my model says goes at that point. Model is not good. I'm gonna have to agree with you, Joe. I'll agree. Pump it. Nice. We'll just tell it to pump. Should I call it in? I'll call in the pump and tell them to just send it. Imagine we start making new all-time highs from here. Any news behind this? Nothing. Nvidia earnings. Did the earnings come out? I thought that was a market close. No? It's a market close, the earnings, no? I'm trying to see here. Oh, okay. What do you think they're going to do? Miss or did I take the log? Nah, guys. I didn't take my models long before my DMs get flooded of you guys taking it. But good to see you all take it, though. Very nice. NQ to the moon. Damn, I'm not holding any stocks. Maybe they just build a premium to dump it. That would be pretty cool. That would be. You're still holding ES. Oh yeah, you left the runner. I mean, that's the rare time a runner's paying off. That's crazy. This pump is actually very majestic, if I had to say, because my model played out very nicely. Shame we didn't get these lows though. Should have taken. Nice. This was a 250 point move. Very nice. All right, that's it, Joe. You're getting kicked out of the academy now, and I'm taking my profit. I'm taking the profits you made from the model from you. That's how we're gonna do it. M15. Ooh. I see what you see, Chris. I see the breakaway gap. Did you get that long, Chris? I believe in you, Chris. You could do it. You got the talent. It's just about not doing the dumb stuff. Just a few points. Just a few is what you need. 6687. But you need to just get off the charts now. Like your TP is about to hit, so just get off. And do a trade breakdown in the journal. What's the word for the day? How about you guys give me a quote of the day? Give me a quote. Give me a good quote. Today's live was good. Honestly, it's just my model that's good. Me being here, I'm just commentating. The rest is you guys actually pressing the buttons and doing the rest. That if you take a winning trade, you can really put it down to yourself, you know? That you being able to sit in front of the market and be able to be like, okay, this should go higher. Yeah, I've done most of the work, like giving you a few things, but the rest was really down to you. TP hit. Finn took this for sure. He definitely took this. That guy's killing it with my model as well. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That's a good quote. That's a good quote. All right, so today's word, we're just going to do pump. That's going to be the word of today. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the teaching today or live today. Ming looking for NQ to go lower. Unfortunately, we just missed out. Got the SMT at the lows, and then we traded to the upside. So let's see what we got for the winners. And well done to those of you that took TP on this. All right, nothing's really coming up. All right, one of the winners I got Goku underscore FX1. And then the other winner I got Iron. All right, that's 2 of the winners today. If you guys didn't win an account or whatever, don't worry. We're gonna do another one of these Friday, every single Friday. Matt's going live at 11 a.m. Eastern as well, so you still have a chance to win. So hopefully you got something from this live. If you didn't, then rewatch it, see my thought process, see how my model plays out live as candles print, and you will really gain a few things from this. But enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to all of you on Friday with Finn as well.